What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Carrie Hilson.
Hey, what's happening, homie? This TIP, man.
Yo, what's up? This Big Boy. Y'all know what time it is.
Live from the West Coast. You already know you checking out Hard Knock TV. You heard?
Yeah, what up, though? This is Common, and right now you checking out Hard Knock TV.
You watching Hard Knock TV, you understand?
Learn that you yacht.
This is Immortal Technique, and right now you're watching Hard Knock TV. And if you're not watching this, fuck you.
Middle Passage.
I'm working on it right now, 7 songs deep. I got a whole bunch of famous producers that I cannot list right now because the contracts are not actually fucking signed, but as soon as they are, I'll be happy to relay that message on to the rest of you. Very powerful, conceptual record, brutally honest, but violence doesn't always have to be overshadowed by ignorance. Sometimes people are violent for a reason, you know? Even terrorism. Terrorism is the wrong answer to the right question. People are upset because they don't have any representation. They feel like they don't matter to a society, and the only way they can express themselves is to fight back. And yet, if they didn't, where would we be? You know what I mean? If we all used Gandhi's tactics, then the Constitution would be a piece of toilet paper, you know, back during the American Revolutionary War. So at some point, people need to stand the fuck up. And that's what the album's really about. That particular stance, that struggle, that sacrifice.
How do you feel about where hip-hop is right now, whereas 2 years ago when you put out your last
album? Look, people are always gonna have opinions about specific artists or say so-and-so's a sucker, he's a coon, I don't like his music, he's shucking and jiving for people. I don't care. I take artists for who they are as a person. You know, I've known artists that make real commercial sounding music, but they're good people. You know, they don't donate to charities or give people scholarships in public, they do it in private. So unless I really know an artist, I can't comment on them specifically. What I'll say in terms of a musical genre, that it's splintering more and more and creating offshoots of itself that are themselves marketable to other people in terms of how you can relate to a specific segment of a culture, but at the same time, music is always going to be that way. You know, there's always going to be a certain type of jazz, a certain type of rock and roll. You know, classic rock can't hate on punk rock. It is what it is, or jazz can't decide, oh, you know, I don't like the way this new age blues is going. It is what it is, man. Deal with it. You know, don't complain about it, just make better music.
So never desecrate the space on which I meditate. My thoughts rip through tank armored metal plates and start to resonate to the spot where Moses caused the sea to separate. The place that the prophet Muhammad started to levitate. The exact moment that Jesus rose set awake and stood harder, became the Buddha that regenerates. Half a bar over, but I bring it home colder than dead soldiers. So controller, holder of knowledge, so fuck Dianetics. I'm like the whole librarian Kemet with Anunnaki genetics. This is the fun.
Are there any of the new cats out now that caught your ear and you think it could really carry the torch of hip hop for a while? Or?
Yeah, but I'm not going to talk about that on camera right now.
What about your camp? I heard you took over Viper Records.
Yeah, I got my man J Arch, The Circle. Let me see, Hassan Salam, R&R doing that Muhammad Dangerfield album. Diabolic is out right now with Liar and a Thief. So I got a lot of brothers that are independently making money. See, when you sign to a huge record label, when you have a record deal, essentially you are getting a loan with terrible interest rates and you don't get to keep the property because the masters aren't yours. I don't take my friends' masters, I license it so I give it back to them. I don't take people's publishing, that's not who I am. That's not how, in the words of Frank White, that's not how I want to make money. You know what I mean? Those motherfuckers are dead because that's not how I want to make money. I don't feel like being a vampire to your crew or using that blueprint simply because it's used in hip hop is acceptable, you know? Like when Black and Latino executives do the same things that white executives used to do to Black and Latino people in the 70s and 80s. Oh, what now that's the way business is? No, you fucking house nigga, why don't you stop doing that to your people? You have an opportunity to make things differently. And when I say things like that, I know there are people that get offended and they say, oh, how can you talk like that? How can this nigga be like that? Well, that's because this is how I live. This is who I am. You know, if you're offended by that, kill yourself.
Used to run around getting my fight in the streets on. Back in the day, before Harlem had a green zone. What good is a good education with no direction? Like the right to vote with no one to vote for in an election. Like a gun with no bullets in the clip for protection. Like a crowd packed in the front without the midsection. Used to live robbing and stealing and being reckless. It took time for my mind to put the ghetto in perspective.
Hip-hop around the world, how do you see it growing? I mean, you get to travel a lot.
If you ever see hip-hop in another country, you'll feel like you're back in like 1991. There are graffiti writers at the show. There are girls that are there to break dance. You know what I mean? Like they don't, if you holler at them, they're like, I'm here to dance, nigga, fuck you. You know, it's real ill. Like you'll almost find like a more pure culture. Here it's a little Hollywood, glamorized. People are sycophants. They're not really here because they care about the music of the artist. They just want to you know, be that girl in the Coming to America part of the club scene where she's like, I want to do my own videos and produce my videos and be in a video. Shut up. You know, that's how people are. And that's a shame because in other parts of the world, you'll see that, but you'll see a little bit less of it. You know what I mean? You also see less use of like meth and shit like that. It's more like traditional drugs, like weed, and some niggas be coked up, but I don't fuck with that, so.
I think you know that there's no such thing as an American anymore. No Hispanics, no Japanese, no blacks, no whites, no nothing. It's just rich people and poor people.
Wake up! Wake up!
Do you see yourself collaborating with some international artists?
I have before in France, in Morocco, in South America as well. So I'm open to all that, you know. Caribbean islands, I love that, you know. Everywhere I go, I seem to be treated with such respect and love that I feel like if I didn't reciprocate it and show it back, then I'd be a fraud. So everywhere I go, I get love and I give it in return, and I tell people that hip hop is a culture of the streets. Now that's depicted in many different ways, you know. Some people want to party to make us forget the trouble that we have and the economic depression. Some people want to tell us the truth about what's really going on in the streets. There's space for both of them. It doesn't have to be one or the other. So, you know, back in the day, there were people that sang songs to make people make people feel better about being on a plantation. They weren't doing that because they felt glad to be on a plantation. And then there were people that sang songs about running the fuck away. I'm just one of those people that sing songs about running away. I got lots of friends that sing songs about making the best of it here. I don't have no problems with them. I love y'all motherfuckers too, even though you eat swine.
Un movimiento de la gente se ha juntado, peleando, liberando los pueblos encarcelados. Golpe de estado y seramos independientes. Es hora de revolución nuevamente.
Last time we talked to you, you were talking about putting an album together with Chino itself.
We were talking about trying to put together a small project. I'm not sure exactly when that's going to happen, but that's my brother, represented for life. Every time I come to Cali, I got lots of family here, Inglewood, Hawthorne, Downey, all over the place, Compton. It's all love here, even up in Lancaster, everywhere, OC. Like, California is really like a second home to me, so it is what it is. It's all good.
Volume 3, is that ever?
It'll happen one day. I'll go platinum on the day the world ends.
Stay tuned, this is the game of life and these are the cards I've been dealt. Give you the real deal, live footage and you can feel for yourself. It's uncut and raw, ghetto reporter since before the new world was in order. Embedded in places you dreaded and never thought of. The corners, the streets and projects, the one-bedroom apartments, the hood. I'm the voice for all of y'all misunderstood. It's because I'm hip-hop, maybe I was born from the struggle. Hustle and hover above the earth, observe the concrete jungle and expose all lies. From the block it's all lies. Revolution of the mind. It will be. Giving nothing but truth.